Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nikita Avrilliani. I'm from English Education, and I'm from E2 class. In this time I want to explain how to make in Indonesia it's called RPP, but in English it's called how English lesson plan. And here how to prepare an RPP of English lesson plan. As a teacher, do we really need a lesson plan? I think yes. Why? Because this is not only for us but for students as well. Okay, before we started, what is planning a lesson is? Planning a lesson is a teacher's daily guide for what students need to learn, how it will be taught, and how learning will be measured. And there are 6 key parts to making lesson plans more effective. The first is lesson objectives, second, related requirements, and the third, lesson materials, fourth, lesson procedure, fifth, assessment method, and the sixth, lesson reflection. Okay, next. Why we have to make a lesson plan? Because you have to keep this question in your mind, that what do you want before you make a lesson plan. You have to, what do you want to teach and why do you want to teach it, how much the student already know about it, and how much time will you need to teach it, what things will you need in class in order to teach, and how will you go about it step by step, and the last, how will you know your students have learned. How to reach the goal? In this is, there are 3. You can use this to reach the goal, like the first, what task will the students accomplish, and the second, what content do you want them to learn, and the third, under what condition will they learn it. And this is, what is related requirements? Related requirements are national, state, or school standards that dictate what you need to teach in a class. So this is standard you have to make a lesson plan. Sorry, this is standard for you to make a lesson plan for the student, like standard for the school you teach, what standard the school, so you have to make a lesson plan based on the school standard. Okay, next, how to make a lesson materials. The third section of your lesson plan is the list of materials that you need to teach the lesson and measure students' outcomes. This section prepares you to deliver your lesson every day. Common types of lesson materials include, if you teach the student, you can use students' handout, textbook, or activity packets, and etc. And what is lesson procedure? And your lesson procedure is an in-depth explanation of how the lesson will progress in the classroom. The lesson procedure is essentially step-by-step instruction that walk you through every time students enter classroom until the bell rings at the end of the period. Teacher can use the 4 phases. Okay, this is, you can keep your mind that you have to, the first, explore, students discover a concept, second, learn and practice, students apply their discoveries, and the third, reflect, students review what they have learned, and the fourth, reinforce, students apply their knowledge to problem solving scenario. Assessment methods. Okay, in this assessment methods, the assessment methods measures whether your student listens information and met your objectives. There are common assessment options include 1. Quizzes, 2. Hints on activities, the 3rd writing assignment, 4. Group presentation, and 5. Class journal entries. So to achieve your objective, there are 5 assessments that you can try. What is lesson reflection? The lesson reflection portion of a lesson plan encourages teachers to take notes on how to improve a lesson after it has been completed. When completing your lesson reflection, ask yourself questions like, did a part of the lesson take longer than expected? Was there a portion that students asked for a lot of help with? Did students breeze through the information with no problem? Were students engaged and interested in the lesson? Were the objectives met by most or all of the students? And in addition, it's smart to record ideas for improvements in this section as well. So, in this reflection, after you give students assessment, you have to make a record or your notes how to improve after you get the score from the students. You may record it. Okay, this is the tips. Before start the class, it is important to know your students and make them feel comfortable in your class. Like, you can start activity class with a song because students are not automatically ready to achieve what you are teaching. So create their interest, grab their attention, and measure their previous knowledge. Because this is my tips I got from my lecturer, and he is Mr. Hartono. Okay. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.